I want to also point out that I think his feet are duckbills.
Wait, the Ryu?
I think the Ryu feet are actually duckbills.
Yeah, they don't look right for sure. Oh, yeah.
That's just not.
That artwork is just terrible, dude.
Wow,
the artwork is just terrible.
It's horrible.
Overall.
Horrible. So, look. Anyway, let's talk about this next thing we're gonna talk about here. So Evo.
Every year Wizard does this, right?
Every year, what a guy this is. Yeah, every year. So he asks people what games they would like to see at Evo. 7 games.
He limits it to 7 every year. Yeah.
Is that accurate? Yes. Head count. 7 games. And then they end up picking 9 or whatever. Who knows, whatever. But they always ask. Oh, God.
But, you know, what's interesting is that this does spur on the conversation and everybody gets talking about it.
Sure. And it also helps prioritize it, because if you can't pick whatever number of games they end up with, you can only pick 7, then I feel like that better focuses in which games people super do want.
Right.
Which games, like, do you need to see there?
And personally, I think it's a good thing to start getting people ready to understand that they're not all getting in there.
That's right. You have to perform triage yourself.
Yep, exactly.
You got to decide which games are too injured. You just got to let them die.
Exactly. So, you know, I think it's a good way to get people to realize that, sorry, your favorite game is probably not going to make it in there, you know, if it's a niche game. But what's really interesting about it this year, in my opinion, the main topic for me really comes down to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Dude, I'm with you. So let's talk about this.
Okay,
Obviously, Street Fighter V makes it in. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think the other
Tekken definitely makes it in.
Has to make it in.
Definitely Tekken makes
Guaranteed.
it in. For sure, Injustice is there.
Okay. Dragon Ball, maybe?
I feel like there's not even a maybe. Well,
okay.
You never know. Maybe it comes out and it's a pile of flaming garbage and nobody cares about it. You never know.
Right.
Almost certainly not the case.
Right.
But, you know, there's that 0.1% chance. So maybe that's not guaranteed. Smash 4 is for sure in there.
Right.
Melee, in my mind, has the same chance of DBZ at getting in. That is to say, yeah, it's in there. But, like, maybe Nintendo's like, not anymore.
Oh, interesting.
And maybe Dragon Balls turns out to suck and nobody plays it. But those games are in. All right, just they have to be there. It would be wild, barring some Nintendo out of the sky thing, for Melee not to be there.
Right.
And it would be super wild for Dragon Ball that everybody's going to play.
Right.
For that to not be.
And that's 6.
That is 6.
So we already have 6, so there's only spot for one more.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other games. Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear.
A lot of people play Guilty Gear. It's a popular game and it's a good game.
BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is coming out.
Not sure it'll be out for Evo.
Oh, okay, so we don't know then, right?
I tried to check for the date, so maybe I missed it. Okay. Please let me know in the chat if that is public info. But maybe it'll be out, and a lot of people are looking forward to that. BlazBlue also is a popular game, and bringing in multiple series is going to be more popular.
Right.
And I'm very much looking forward to that game. As somebody who really liked BlazBlue, really liked Under Night, I'm really looking forward to that.
KOF was there last year.
KOF 14.
Great top 8. Great top 8.
It sure did.
ARMS
is not going to be there. Poken's not going to make it.
Uniel's
I like Poken a lot, by the way, but it's not going to make it.
Uniel's not going to make it.
Under Night, no.
Yeah. Fighting EX later.
Hey, Arika's new game.
Yeah.
Is that going to be out in time? I didn't even think about that.
Nobody knows. I don't think.
Right? I don't think that's info. That's out.
I don't think I don't think.
Right. I haven't heard about it.
But then, of course, there's MvCI.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. New game. Marvel's always been at Evo.
Every year.
Marvel 3 is not going to be there.
Yes.
Right. In fact, I believe, didn't Wizard explicitly say that?
I mean, he doesn't even have to.
Right.
I mean, I think it would be silly to put that
It's
in
not
there.
going to be.
Because nobody's... I mean, yeah, it hasn't been on the tournament circuit.
For sure.
So,
but...
Fight of the Gods, yeah.
Fight of gods.
Fight of Gods.
There's no the. Get it right. Pay the price.
Slap me.
Oh, boy.
Still
There's a lot of creativity.
Yes.
A lot of creative blasphemy in that game. Marvel Infinite. Now, why are we not treating Marvel Infinite as if it's a guarantee? Couple reasons to me. One is that, again, BlazBlue, and especially if cross-tag battles out,
right.
That one I think would probably take... I would expect that over Guilty Gear, because it's a new game. But maybe not. In any case, both of those... No, I hear you. I mean, obviously nothing against Gear. But, you know, those are both very deserving games. Mm-hmm. And Marvel Infinite, it didn't do what people hoped it would. It didn't sell well. It hasn't gotten great tournament numbers. It hasn't gotten big stream viewership.
Yeah.
You know, it's not doing the trick, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, one of the points that you've brought up, so I'm not trying to make this a pun, but the game has really lost a lot of steam. Like, there's just not a lot of talk about it right now. You know what I mean? And then on Steam, you mentioned, like, in the last month, the largest number of concurrent players on there at one time was like 300.
It was like 356 or something like that. Not 1,000.
Right.
There were 3,500 people playing the game. I'm not at all saying that I don't want Marvel.
We love the game.
I love the game. I've basically been playing 2 games for the last half year. It's basically only Injustice and Marvel.
Right.
That's like basically it. In fact, I have been trying to scramble to relearn how to play Street Fighter V before Capcom Cup. To be perfectly frank. So it's not that I don't like the game. It's very much the opposite. It's more that I like it a lot. I want to see it there. I am at least a little bit worried that it won't be there.
Right.
I think that if I was a betting man, I would bet that it's going to be there. But I think it's interesting to talk about the fact that there is, for the first time ever, at least a chance that there's not going to be a Marvel game. At Evo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see it there. I think the game is wildly entertaining to watch, and I think it's great. And it's interesting because, like I said, just the aura of negativity around Capcom and around the game is really strong. Like I said, I think the game is really fun, but like everyone talks about how it's just like broken and it's just like unplayable.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a Marvel game. It's going to be wild.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about that. It's more than I'm worried about there being like 13 people at the Milan tournament, like that kind of thing. It's more concerning.
Actually, Wizard brings up an interesting point in the chat too, is that Marvel also has that problem of being owned by Disney.
Right. So
you just talked about Nintendo and Smash, but Marvel could even be a bigger problem.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe. Hopefully not. I mean, God, that would be horrible if Marvel stepped in and said no.
Right. Especially if Evo made it onto ESPN again. Like, that's owned by Disney. Like, wouldn't they want Marvel to be, a headliner in there?
I don't know. Yeah. Now, what Wizard is referencing is a part in the end user license agreement in Marvel that says that you can't hold tournaments without their permission. That's not something to be overly concerned about because that's a right that all video game rights holders already have.
Right.
That's just a part of copyright ownership. One of the exclusive rights that copyright grants is the ability to decide where and when your game gets publicly displayed or performed. That's just, it's like in the law. So that's not something that needs to be explicit. It's something that already every game publisher rights holder could say. Right.
It's basically like implied for for every game.
Literally every game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about the EULA too much. But yeah, Marvel can be a weirdo sometimes. Hopefully they wouldn't say no, but maybe there's certainly a greater possibility of that happening than it is for any of the other games in there.
Well, here's another question.
Man, that would suck.
What if DBZ took the spot of the anime game? DBFZ actually took the spot, so there's no BlazBlue or Guilty Gear.
Yeah, maybe.
Could it be considered like the anime game?
Well, it's just going to be like the main game anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's going to have 1 billion entrants.
It's going to have 5,000 entrants.
Right,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess because it's made by the same developer, I guess. Is that the reason why?
Yeah, because it's Arxis, right?
Arxis. And it has, I guess, some similarities with Gear. There's like a little bit of, some stuff.
Right.
But obviously it is literally anime. Very, very literal sense. If what you mean by anime is like the the sort of niche subgenre. I don't think it's going to be anything niche about that game.
It's what Helu says there, dude. It would be great if that game got over 9,000 entrants.
Oh my god! I mean, we would all die from memes.
That'd be the best thing ever.
And yeah, it's not published by us. It's published by Bandai Namco.
Yeah. And yeah, but I mean, just with everything that's been going on in the past couple of months and everything like that, I feel like honestly, Street Fighter V and Tekken 7 are like the two biggest guarantees.
Yeah, okay.
Because Tekken 7 has just gotten way too much steam over the past few months. It's just
doing great. It's been great to watch. More tournament entries for sure.
So, but
I think so. Okay, that's what I expect. What do you want?
What do I want?
What's your preferred 7?
My preferred 7 would probably be Street Fighter, Tekken. Barring any extremely disaster, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
God, this starts where it gets tough.
Oh boy.
Because I want Guilty Gear there.
I'm sure you do.
I want Guilty Gear. I would like Marvel.
So say it. This is the James World list.
2 spots left, and that means there's only 2 spots for Melee, Smash 4, and Injustice.
Hey man,
one of those have got to go.
I see where we're going with this.
And which one would I get rid of? Honestly, oh god. Honestly, I would probably take out one of the Smashes, just for variety's sake. But god, which one would you take out? Melee has such a storied history, but Smash 4 is current. Nintendo has more Nintendo support, but Melee is the hype. That one has all the storylines. It's still... Well, I would put Injustice in there for sure, and then it would just be one of the Smash games that I would take out, and I'm refusing to commit to either.
Ooh, oh my god, alright, fine. Dang.
I mean, some people are saying Melee has been stale. Maybe...
Well, it's similar people do well every time. But...
Right, and, that probably would make me lean towards Smash 4 a little...
To cutting Melee and keeping
Smash 4. To cutting Melee, yeah, but... Your turn.
Alright, fine.
You pick. I can't do this anymore.
Alright. So, Street Fighter, Tekken, Injustice, Dragon Ball, Marvel. Yeah, I'm at 5 now. Smash 4 and Melee.
So which game did you leave? You left out Guilty Gear.
I did. And I left out Cross Tag Battle. And I left out King of Fighters.
I put in Injustice. You can put in Guilty Gear. No,
hey man, this is David Universe.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
I know.
That's my list, buddy.
David is a hater. That means you voiced Metal Gear. You voiced Solid Snake.
David Hater. Nobody's ever said that to me before. I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mortal Kombat 9. That would be funny.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Honestly, I would put in probably only one Smash just for the variety kind of thing, to get one of every kind of game in there.
Man, alright. I guess I'm going to be extra real, and I would take out Smash 4, put in Melee, which I prefer over the 2, and also put in Gear. No, Cross Tag Battle.
I don't know why I keep knocking down Dan. Dan has nothing to do with this. I'm sorry, Dan. He's just trying to strut his stuff over here, dude.
Sniffing his elbow there.
No, he's doing the whole flexing thing, where you're just admiring your own bicep and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's my list. However, I don't think that there's going to be only 7 games. I would expect more still, but you never know. Because what if Dragon Ball Z gets 9,000 people?
Yeah,
I mean, this is to my mind. This is like a potential year 1 of Street Fighter V again.
Yeah.
That you can just show up and every nerd ever comes to play. I think that's a real chance.
Now, here's always the other eternal question. Not going to happen this year. Because this is something that has to be planned way, way, way ahead of time. What do you think about moving Evo to 4 days?
Horrible.
Just no, not an option.
I would hate it.
Okay. Well, what have I missed here? Oh my god.
Oh, a spiel by Master PPV
Yes.
about how he believes that Melee is looking close to breaking out of that staleness.
Yeah, actually, there is a little bit about that. I've seen people talk about that a little bit because some people have been doing a little bit better. Like Plup, right? Plup is one of them who's been doing super well. So
he sure is. As far as why I wouldn't want it to be...
Otto's like, no, staff would die.
Yeah, dude, from a staff perspective, I'm not staff, but I work there.
Right,
right?
yeah.
From a commentator's perspective, and I imagine a staff perspective, it would suck, boy. But even on top of that, I feel like it would be harder for people to see things. It'd be harder for people to go. You have to take time off of work or school or whatever else you have going on. And nobody wants to be left out of a day. And if it goes to 4, I feel like there's a bigger chance anyway, that more people would just show up for only 2 days.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's 4 days and I can't see everything? Fine, only 2 days.
That's the GDQ situation. It runs a week long. Most people only go there for a chunk of time instead of being there for the whole event.
Right. So I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want to see the scene have to deal with that.
Yeah, I
feel like there are too many downsides to that. The upside is that if you very much care about certain games, that definitely gives a chance for more games to show up. So that's a good benefit, but I just wouldn't like it overall.
I also really also want to just cut this off at the pass. A lot of people have talked to me on social media before, and they're like, why don't they just run all the games like NEC and Combo Breaker and stuff like that, right? And, you just don't get the same numbers.
Right.
You don't get the same numbers as you do at EVO, because the thing about it is, since everybody who plays fighting games is at EVO, you're not going to get, Vampire Savior with, 20 entrants. You're going to get, all these games are going to have hundreds of entrants. The lowest game at EVO is, 200 and some people, which is the highest game at other events.
Right.
The way you solve that problem is either you extend the time, you have more money, and for the space and for all the... Because the thing is, more games... Remember, they had a stream station for every game last year, which was super cool. So every one of them had their own stream. So now they need more money for bandwidth, for space, for streamers, for all that stuff like that. So it's either time or money. It's just those two things that are going to change it.
And it's hard to get more space than they already have.
Right, exactly.
They're already maxing them out.
So it's hard to get the space. And, it's just not an easy thing to do, right? And especially every game you add exponentially increases their overhead by that much more, in my opinion. Way more than any other event. So I don't think they can just add all the games like a lot of the other events can.
Well, and by the way, they have almost every single game, but they're run by other people. Right, they're not official.
Yeah. They're side tournaments.
But if you want to go there and play a video game, somebody's playing it. There's a tournament for everything.
For sure. Yeah. There was Gundam and Puyo Tetris there last year, right? I mean, those are not even... There's a sort of fighting game. Gundam is more than Puyo Tetris, for sure, for free, so...
Well, anyway, I'm just a little bit concerned about Marvel. I still expect it to make it. If I had to bet on it, I would definitely bet for Marvel to make it in. I'm just more concerned than I wish I was.
Yeah, I mean, just to be absolutely fair, Marvel just doesn't have quite the engagement numbers. Yeah, there was a lot of viewers who watched Canada Cup. I think there was 20K viewers for Canada Cup, but it's just when Street Fighter V first came out, there was 80,000 at final round and stuff like that.
I don't expect it to get that. That's fine, but I guess I was hoping it would get more.
Right.
So. Okay. That's all. But like I said, I still expect Marvel to be there.
Yeah, Anime Evo, they do a great job. They run a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah. So. There was, not just their stuff, but the Super Turbo folks ran a tournament. There was a
Super Turbo guys, man.
There was a Marvel 2. There was Capcom versus SNK 2. There was all the old stuff. Yep. There were KOF games from long ago. There was a lot of stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the game is stale.
No.
Right, but engagement in the game, discussion, interest in the game, I feel like is a little bit stale.
The game is super sick. I love the game.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's what I've been playing that and Injustice for the last half year. Or whenever Marvel came out. So. Well, good on old Mr. Wizard for making us talk about this and riling up the old community. Oh, what a trickster!
But it's a good conversation to have.
It is.
I think it's a good. Conversation.
They announce it. They tend to announce it at the end of the year or beginning of the next year.
At the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's been getting a little bit earlier every year, I think. Because I think last year, when was it?
Was it December that they announced it, or was it January?
It's usually December now, right?
I have no clue, buddy. Honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah, my memory sucks, so there. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some results. There have been some events.
Late January, huh?
Oh, late January? Yeah, sorry, Wizard.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
you know me, Wiz.
We're old men. We have no recollection of anything.
Every year goes by so fast, right?
I know,
come
right?
on. Last
January.
Oh, another January is going to go by.
Because it's always at an event, right? Isn't it always announced at an event?
Like, I don't think so.
I can't think if there's a January. Is it not?
I think they just do a stream.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah.
Mr. Wizard.
You're right. They always just did a stream like that. You're right. Dude, this is how old I am, dude. I'm sorry.
Wizard says the announcement will be in February this year because of EVO Japan.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. An exclusive. Ultra Chen TV exclusive. The announcement will be in February because of EVO Japan.
Dang. We got it.
Heard it here first.
That's right.
Let's write the SRK articles about it now. Announcement of an announcement.
Yeah.
Announcement of an announcement. Okay.
All right.
Let's talk about some results, shall we? Let's see.
Mike Ross cardboard cutout during the stream. Oh boy.
Oh, that'd be kind of. Actually,
yeah, you guys got to find out a different host.
Yeah, that's right.
Or was it somebody different last year?
No, it was Mike Ross last year. He was there last year.
What year was last year?
2017. Right?
Yes.
Was that? I felt like there was something more to the trick than that.
No, the trick was that I thought you would think it was a trick, and then that you would.
Dude, so yeah, you were. Yeah, okay.